Welcome, Tēnā koutou katoa. Look, I'm absolutely delighted to be here today hosting the New Zealand Asian Leaders meeting. I think all of us will recognise the importance of the role that Asia plays in our economy in New Zealand, and of course Asian people represent a large part of our society, and so making sure that we have good dialogue, good understandings between the communities is really important. So today's theme, how we can best communicate with Asian New Zealanders as citizens, is a really important theme for us, and I think across government in particular we are all trying to find the right approach to doing this. And so I think today it's true testament to the importance of the subject that we have a range of Asian media who operate here in New Zealand, and so welcome to you. Especially welcome to May as Chair of the New Zealand Asian Leaders, and she is also Chair of the Superdiversity Centre for Law, Policy and Business, and it's been our privilege at Customs to work with May recently over these kinds of topics. So welcome, May. Also, NZME, we've got a good representation today. They're a major sponsor of NZAL, and we'll hear from Laura Maxwell a little bit later in the day. And Al Morrison, I actually haven't seen Al Morrison.
I have, he's over there. Stand up.
Oh yes, right over there. Nice to have you here along with us, Al. And Lewis Rowland from IPANS. Very good, Lewis. And of course we also, representing the diversity of interests in this particular meeting, have representatives from the Office of the Honourable Maggie Barry and the Australian High Commission, and partners from Tremain, and of course our 11 media organisations. So I don't think anything today is off the record, and we very much want things on the record, so that'll be good for us. Look, recently there's been a lot of statistics about diversity in New Zealand, and over the recent time, Statistics New Zealand has been able to tell us a fast and increasingly ethnic diversity of our country over the next 2 decades. So by 2038, our Asian population is expected to overtake that of the Maori population. Now I think that's a very, very significant issue for us, not just in a kind of New Zealand perspective and the values that we attribute to being New Zealanders, but it's also going to be particularly centred on specific cities. So our biggest ethnic group will be Asian in many parts of Auckland. 1 in 3 people are likely to identify as Asian, and Auckland itself is projected to be 34% Asian. If we think about that ethnicity of New Zealand, it has huge implications for us as public servants and the way that we communicate with the citizens and the communities that we serve. For Customs and the border agencies, our colleagues at MPI and Immigration, Transport and Aviation Services, trade and travel is absolutely core to what we do. And so the diversity of our customer base has major implications for how we understand customers and how we engage with them. Our Customs 2020 strategy is to make compliance easy to do and hard to avoid. So we have an incredibly forward-looking and we have to be really agile about the way in which we deliver services. We have to keep a bit ahead of our customer base and what that's looking like and what the insights are about how we can best engage with them. And this actually means that we have to do a lot more proactively, a lot more to understand how our people receive our enforcement messages at the border and how we can make sure that people have the right understanding of the compliance framework in which they are operating. So helping our customers comply, but also sending a strong enforcement message to those who don't, is something that we need to do in ways that has meanings for different communities. So we more than ever need to understand the culture and the value, the cultural IQ and the cultural literacy. So super diversity is an area that May's been working in, and we're particularly pleased to host this forum here at Customs, as we're fortunate to have May recently just address our senior leadership team. I think we had just about an hour together, May, but you certainly stimulated a lot of discussion and conversation in the organisation about what we can do better to interact with Asian communities. And the resounding messages we actually took from that really know your customers, understand their framing and their society, and be smart about our channels. And I think, May, you kind of reiterated something that I think inherently we knew, and that was really make sure that you're recruiting from the market that you're choosing to serve. And so as we look at the diversity of our own intakes into Customs, we're pleased to be seeing a gradual increase in people who from Asian communities who are interested in working for Customs. People I'm mentoring, I'm really pleased to be able to support the forum with its mission in terms of building a critical mass of top Asian leaders and emerging leaders to play an active role in the future of New Zealand and promote cultural understanding in our diverse communities. NZAL currently has in place for members a mentoring initiative, and for those in the public sector who are keen to take part, I'm sure May's team will work with you and as a sector or as an individual to become members and so benefit through the mentoring processes. Once again, welcome to this forum today. We're very pleased as New Zealand Customs to be hosting you here. Thank you, May, for bringing the Asian media to the attention of us in the public sector and for helping us understand the need to have a different approach in our communications with specific communities in target throughout the country. So once again, thank you for your leadership and your energy. Thank you very much. Thank you.